Hey guys, it's Finch here. Happy New Year. So I'm gonna bring you guys games from the initially known as the infamous Zamog Money Tour, now turned pretty much into the Callus Money Tour. So basically, the story behind the tournament is that once upon a time, before Generation 8 launched, Zamog wanted to host a big money invitational tournament where like it would be like a prestigious list of players that have all been proven in prior generations, such as the ABRs of the world. And I was invited, and plenty of other tournament players, Blargh here, for example, Tricking, etc. So they they got big, got their big list, and then some other people donated, and it was actually a pretty big prize pool. And then, unfortunately, some drama happened where the TDs did not pick Zamag and Amane Misa, or Anam Misa, I'm not trying to pronounce the name properly, to get manager in SPL. So Zamag just kicked ABR from the chat and disallowed him in the tournament, despite him already having donated money to it as well. His own money, that is. And Zam's intent was never actually to take ABR's money so much as he just didn't want him in the tournament because he didn't get picked. Which I mean, yeah, maybe that could be viewed as petty. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of it. I wasn't going to join the tournament if they didn't let ABR back. But ultimately, people kind of came to an agreement. Like Zamag didn't want to be like the whole like big person stepping away of everyone's fun. So he just kind of stepped down and just moved away from the tournament and distanced himself entirely. Which was unfortunate because he was actually going to put all the games on his YouTube channel, which could have been cool. But that's fine. Well, I don't agree with how he handled it. Like, at least he didn't end up robbing ABR of his money, and at least he distanced himself. So, I don't really think you could be like too upset with how it turned out because Cal's running the tournament. And he's ran his own invitational for money in ADV over the past couple of years, so it's still been maintained pretty well. Still a decent pot, and at this point, I think we're in the final four of the winners bracket, and the final a little bit more than that in the losers bracket left, I believe. I think after this round, we're in like the final 6 or 8 overall. But so this round is I'm not going to cover like every single game of every round, but I do want to cover the two sets in the winners bracket of this round, just because we saw some creative Pokemon, we saw some interesting players, some interesting plays, etc. So the first set I'm going to bring you, I think these games are in order. I'm going to pause and check before I get into it though. It's between Blargle and Tricking, who's on the alt Sphizity Calabria. I'm not really sure why, but it's Tricking for all practical intents purposes. I'm going to pause, make sure I get the games in order, and then we'll get to it. All right, I'm back. So yeah, they're in order. We've got both sets. So the first set is between Blargle and Tricking, and the second set is between Solwind and FMG. I'll give a little backstory behind all the players and the runs as we get into it. So for the first set, Blarg has been doing a lot better as of late. He started off kind of limping on the tournament scene. If I recall correctly, he started in Snake 2 or the World Cup prior to that as like an actual starting player, but he's been around for maybe 2, maybe 3 years. I'd say probably closer to 2 in the tournament scene directly. And he's done pretty well over the last like over World Cup coming into Snake. I'd say he started to get back into form. Specifically during Snake, he started to rack up some wins. And while I don't think he's anywhere near quite a top player yet, he has definitely established himself as a competitor. He's definitely in the middle of the pack in kind of like the bigger OU fields and official tournaments now, which is really a nice development for him. He showed that he's capable of winning games without just relying on matchup, and that's definitely a big step in the right direction for him. He also uses some interesting things. He's not really afraid, so that's cool. Not really sure how impressive his run has been in terms of individual games, but he's made it this far in the winners bracket, so it's without a doubt showing some signs of competency and motivation to do well in the new metagame. So hopes are high for him in Generation 8. On the other hand, Tricking, a lot more proven than Blarg. He actually dates back to SPL 6, which is his first tournament, but he didn't really gain much traction until a couple years later when he made it very far in not only Grand Slam, but also he made it into Classic playoffs once, I believe. He has made it into Smogon Tour playoffs multiple times, including as like a 1 or 2 seed here and there. Um, and on top of that, he had the OLT run this past year where I believe he ended up winning the tournament. So definitely a lot of props to him for that. I don't actually remember the finals of OLT shit. I think he also had a decent run into OST, but didn't quite make it far enough. But yeah, he's become a very accomplished player. And to add it all up, he's probably the most successful SMOU individual tournament player, another team tournament player. Record wise, he always puts up a record. He's kind of like always been in that 6-3, 7-2 kind of territory. And always had some embarrassing losses over the years. Also had a lot of really strong kind of trademark wins that definitely signify a lot of competence, ability to take risks at a high level, and also ability to take risks in the team builder, especially. Sometimes almost to a fault, one would say, but hey, it's been working out. So yeah, tricking is probably the favorite in the series and might just be the favorite to win the tournament, in all honesty. So let's look at the teams here. We've got Blargh running. Oh yeah, this is like the last week where Galarian Darmanitan is allowed, so that's worth noting as well. But anyway, Blargh running a bit of a balanced team, it appears, with Snorlax as kind of win condition. Darm's almost definitely going to be Choice Scarf, but also kind of doubles as Breaker. Dog Trio to synergize with that and try and trap things. It also does quite well with Snorlax, I'd say. Then a bulky core with Zatu to kind of keep hazards off. Core of Night, it could be Bulk Up, could be Defog, and also the Toxapex. If I had to guess, Dog Trio probably doubles as a Rocker in his team, which I'm not too fond of, but you don't really need rocks as much of a priority in this generation as say others. So especially with heavy duty boots and the two most common defoggers being super common, and a couple of viable magic bounces, yeah, it's just not as much priority, so it's fair. On the other side, tricking, rocking a very unconventional pick in Eldegoss. It's for those of you that don't know, this kind of new grass type that gets Regenerator. I believe it also gets Sleep Powder Nut Spore, or like Leech Seed. It's not the most offensively potent Pokemon, but it has some interesting defense capabilities. I'm not sure if I'd quite label it as a viable, let alone consistent option, but maybe it has a niche. We'll be waiting to see how it does in this game. It's definitely going to prolong the battle for quite a bit. Looking at the nature of the teams, because the Regenerated Core for tricking, at which mentioning that is paired with Toxpex, Como, which is almost definitely going to be a rocker on this team. Rotom Heat, which could be Trick Scarf. I think that's most likely. Although it could be heavy duty boots nasty plot, but I think he wants to speed control here, so it's probably gonna be just Trick Scarf. Also helps check the Darmanitan, the Core of Night, and the Zatu. Then it's gonna be Tug Trio, another trapping member, which synergizes quite well with both these Pokemon, Sigilyph and Rotom Heat. And last but not least, the Sigilyph. It could be a Combine Stored Power set. Also could be a Life Orb set with Magic Art. I've seen a couple of those, but I think the Combine Stored Power Psycho Shift Flame Orb set is a bit more likely in this build, given the Doug Trio support. So without further ado, let's get into the game. Probably going to be a pretty long one. So they're going to be seeing leads of Rotom Heat against Toxapex, and this default switch is going to bounce off for 49%. Not really telling them that much because it could be just a bit more of an offensive Rotom versus special defense specs, or just neither have much investment at all. We're going to see a Scald, and then Sigilyph is going to get burned by the Flame Orb instead. And it's going to come on and reveal that it is indeed the Psycho Shift set as the Lax crushes up against it. So right off the bat, most of these guys are trying to establish more of an offensive setup-oriented position. However, seeing as it is combined, not boosting defense in any capacity, Blargh's actually going to predict that, go to Dog, try to threaten that with like maybe a Stone Edge. It's going to then double switch out to Zatu and a Como, nice play, and use Teleport to get momentum using the Darmanitan in. So for those of you that don't know, Teleport is kind of like the new like U-turn on Zatu, I guess. It has negative priority this generation and lets you switch out, so it's not like useless. It's actually a pretty cool tech. I'm just gonna slow it down a little bit because I don't want to get behind turns. But basically, the Como came in to try and check the Doug Trio's Stone Edge, but instead the Zatu predicted that to get momentum and use that teleport. So it was a nice sequence from Blargh there, playing it aggressively. And now we're gonna see the Darmanitan's gonna go for an Earthquake, predicting the Toxapex. Actually, I'm gonna leave it on normal. So it does half to the Como, or that probably isn't max defense. Rotom's going to come back in on Toxapex, so basically back where we were turn 1 with a little chip on the Como. Vulture's going to do the same, 49%, and Sigilyph's going to come in once more. Get another Skull, this time for a crit, leaving it a bit over half, so it might have to roost soon. Instead of going to Lax, he's going to actually go aggressively to Darmanitan, predicting not to go for Psycho Shift. Nice play there. And now Icicle Crest is going to take out the Como. Now we're going to see the Trio almost definitely try and take it out in return. However, it's going to turn out to be a banded Darmanitan, so that means that there's no speed control on Bike's team, which honestly is probably fine, especially in this matchup. I don't really think he needs that much. But it also means this was like a physical defensive Como, given how little Earthquake did, or at least like max HP with some physical bulk investment. So yeah, it wasn't offensive Como and Scarf damage. So yeah, the Dugtrio is going to Twig KO it with Earthquake. Sash is going to, of course, be broken down by Astro Crash, with Sash 5 times over. And then Blargh is going to bring out his Dugtrio to Sucker Punch and Revenge Kill that. Sigilyph is going to come out here, and Core of Night is going to come on in to try and pivot around it. Psycho Shift to let it get burnt, that's not a big deal. It's almost definitely going for a U-turn here. It's not going to be bulk up if you brought it in like that. And yeah, U-turn's going to do 8%. Dugtrio is going to be back in once more. This time around, Eldegoss is going to come on in, and it's going to be Stone Edge from the Doug Trio, doing a little bit under half. Not going to be risking the roll there. It's a lot of damage from the Stone Edge. It's going to go for the Giga Drain there into the Zatu. Zatu's then going to go for a Nightshade on a recovery move. Yep. So he's going to be back up to 78%. Probably going to do that one more time so he could potentially live Stone Edge. Instead, he's going to go for Giga Drain again. I'm not really sure why, but that works out. And instead of recovering up, he's going to let the Regenerator heal him up, which is more than okay. He's going to Nightshade, and it's going to be a eject button, which is cool with the Dugtrio. Let the Rotom Heat get in. Toxapex can come on in here on a Volt Switch. Okay, and that should allow the Sigilif another free turn, which is fine. So yeah, right now we're in a 5-4 position favoring Blargh, but not really sure how much pressure Shuriken can apply. Besides Sigilif, whereas I'm not really sure what pressure Blargh can apply either at this point with Darm being gone. So worth noting. Another Skull there, again doing about 20% after the Volt Switch. We've seen the sequence before. Psycho Shift again. So pretty much the entirety of Blargh's team is going to be burnt besides Dugtrio and Zatu, I guess. Yeah, 3 out of 5. He's just going to Psycho Shift again, trying to predict the switch to Dugtrio, which is risk-free because he's not in like Scald Crit range or anything. Now he's finally going to get up to Safe Roost. Scald again. Yep, and we're probably going to get into kind of a longer sequence of this and the Sigil of trying to find opening windows to win with Calm Mind, which might be a bit harder because Toxapex just revealed Haze. Okay, so it's worth noting. Calm Mind again, it's worth noting that Haze, of course, is YPP. Let's see how much a +1 attack does. Instead, he's going to Calm Mind again on the Haze. I wasn't really too sure about that. I would have just attacked there, but hey, to each their own. He's going to Calm Mind again on another Haze. So again, each Haze favors Blargh a little bit more if it's wasted on a Calm Mind. But if wasted without a Calm Mind being used, like on a Roost or on an attack, well, it's not really going to attack without being boosted then. Yeah, and he's going to go for Scald there, predicting the Pex to come on in, or just not anything that you could haze away, which is good. So yeah, we're going to trade Scalds and hoping to get a burn on Trickings, but he's going to look like he's going to fall short. And that Sigil is going to come on in again, as the Zatu comes on in. Prax predicting, I don't know, just trying to change it up, that's fine. Heat Wave there does 28, which is a little less than Nightshade, surprisingly. And Giga Drain's going to bring it out of range of both, doing only 13%, but that's quite enough. And then we're going to see Heat Wave, no crit, so it's going to hang on. It's going to recover on up. Recover once more, and it's going to teleport. Yep. Into Snorlax, interestingly enough. So we've seen Giga Drain recovery and Synth recovery there. Body Slam. Okay, he's probably going to try and go for a trick here. Wouldn't be shocked if he tries Volt Switch and predicting that. He's actually going to go for a Thunderbolt, revealing that his 4th move instead of something like Will-O-Wisp. So that's actually nice. Yeah, and Baneful Bunkers going to play as he goes Elagos. So that's a nice save there from Blargh, so he could at least recover on up. As Rotom's going to come back in. But Rotom is at 78%, so a couple of Scalds could punish it in the long haul. He's going to now predict the Baneful Bunker, and now he has a free Dugtrio if he really wants it, but again, there's like no pursuit in this game, so Stone Edge hitting in twice would be like kind of the main way of threatening this team. Corp is going to come on in predicting the status move, so that'll be nice. It's going to take the burn damage, of course, after leftovers. It's at 94. The Trio is going to come on in the Sigilif. Again, no pursuit. Stone Edge, however, here is going to do 52%, but he does not opt to go for the 2 KO because if he were to miss or not get the roll, which again, it probably the roll since the first one to 49, then he'd essentially die and lose to the Sigilif hard. In addition, it's also wasting another Stone Edge PP when there's only so many, and if you keep Stone Edging the Toxapex, or if you Earthquake as he Psycho Shifts, then you're screwed. So yeah, it's a really tight match that Blargh gets to play here. We're going to see a recovery here from the Toxapex. Sigilif's going to come back in, and we're kind of rebooting the same sequence. I imagine we might see a Calm Mind here, but instead he's just going to predict the Teleport and go to the Toxapex. Actually, wait, no, we wouldn't predict Teleport because then Dugtrio would Earthquake block. Yeah, no, I'm not sure why I went Pex there, actually. But it works, that's fine. Sigilif here on another Skull, doing 22. Probably high roll there, because most of them like 1920. But not that it matters, he's still over 50%, so you can just roost on up to be full. Yep. And we're approaching the later stages turn-wise of this game, I believe. Anyway, we're going to see Eldegoss coming in the core. 14% from U-turn isn't much. Snorlax, it could potentially rest off the burn, or it could just start cursing up. Who knows? Burn Body Slam only does 22 to Sigilif. It's probably max HP as well, and it's probably not attack invested, so that makes a lot of sense. Calm Mind here. U-turn here. Yeah, we're pretty much going through the motions here. Try and bait another Stone Edge. He does not pull the trigger and go for Earthquake. So Toxapex is not going to go down. It's just going to be another 24% chip. And a Scald into the opposing Toxapex, which is already burned. So that's kind of moot. At this point, Toxapex is going to take Scald on the other side. Both Toxapex are just going to Scald, actually. See a Roost there. Lefties, Psycho Shift, and it's gonna let that Zatu take the burn, which is probably could have happened earlier on, but like it's not really a big deal. Zatu's just kind of pivoting out anyway. Another teleport in the Corviknight, and I mean we're pretty much just going through motions very slowly here. I'm gonna move this on the fast actually. So we're gonna see Rapid Spin as the third move, the fourth move. Oh yeah, Sleep Powder. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. That's going to come right in here. Yeah, Rapid Spin makes a ton of sense in this team. I didn't even notice that before. And now we're going to see kind of just more switching. Starlight's going to come in here. Take that Body Slam. Going to leave Sigilift just under half. Roost here on another Body Slam. Just trying to stall the Roost PP perhaps. There's only 10 left. You can't see, unfortunately. It's just cut off. But yeah, just 10 out of 16 left. Calm Mind here, interestingly enough. I think we'll probably just see another Calm Mind. But no, he's going to actually just go there and he just wants to avoid Dugtrio getting in, I guess. But like it's kind of inevitable. You gotta kind of let him Stone Edge into your waste PP, I guess. I mean, I'm not really sure. It's gonna reveal Darkest Lariat on here. Perhaps now we'll see the trick. And I know he's gonna actually. Larry's gonna predict him not to trick and go for the Body Slam into the Pex. I guess you kind of want it burnt rather than paralyzed. But hey, to each their own. Maybe paralyzed would help if you don't give haste turns away. Now he's going to go into again, and he's going to get the trick off this time around, and now Snorlax is going to stay in. I think the game's pretty much over now. I don't know if Tricking can lose, but hey, he's locked into +1 Body Slam. He's going to take the Baneful Bunker, yeah, and now kind of just recovered off. Doesn't matter if he gets the paralysis at this point. The trio comes in here. Here comes, but he's going to switch out on the follow-up Baneful Bunker, interestingly enough. He goes for a paralysis, and he gets the paralysis. So he might have been trying to get that sequence to happen with Dugtrio, but instead, the Pex is just going to switch out, so now he doesn't get it trapped at all. And he goes Dugtrio on an overheat, and that's looking kind of over. Blargh indicating that he messed up pretty bad here. I'm not sure if he really had a great chance regardless, but it looks pretty over to me as well, so... Maybe he saw something I didn't. I'm just narrating through it. But yeah, Thunderbolt here. And Scald's going to be just short of a 2KO, especially after the leftovers recovery. Yeah, no way, 2KOs. And now he gets another 19% off there. And he can pretty much stand and just Thunderbolt because Snorlax has to lock into something eventually, but he's asleep now. So he could potentially Volt Switch here when he wakes up on turn 98. And he's going to do just that. Yeah, and he's going to go Pex. Again, Pex can only really do so much to it, but it can't break Pex now that it's choice locked, so he's just gonna go back to Rotom and Cyclone leftovers recovery pretty much. Now that he sees he's locked into the rest, he could go for the Calm Minds, and Dugtrio is dead, so nothing's really stopping it. I'm just waiting to see how much +1 does, and it is in fact 48%. So now +0 should be able to. I don't know actually. Well, either way, he's got more Calm Minds, and this has recovers left. 12. Let's see, 19 Calm Minds. This is 55 here, so even better. I think he might just be able to take it out here outright. But he gets the comment anyway. And again, the sequence is netting out to be at least neutral for tricking, and he has more PP, but he gets to crit there either way to kind of end it. So yeah, this is a good game. It's now 1-0, Tricking's favor. We're going to go to game 2. We see a bit more of an offensive team from Tricking's side this time around, which is cool. So it's going to be Dragapult, which is normally going to be Specs or maybe Sub-Hex, but I've seen Scarf a couple times. I don't think Dragon Dance is particularly good, but hey, it's probably viable. Corviknight, which looks like a defogger on this team. Conk, almost definitely Orb Breaker set, probably 4 attacks. It could be Fog on this if it's Bulk Up Corviknight, but I don't like the odds of that. Probably just 4 attacks. Rotom Heat, looking again, it could be Scarf or it could be Nasty Plot Heavy Duty Boots. Gengar, Specs, Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot's a bit more common, I'd say. And finally, Como, probably just a Stealth Rock setter, seeing as nothing else sets up rocks in this team for Tricking's a nice bulky offensive team kind of here. You got the pivots, you got the breakers, etc. Two ghost types against Ghost versus Hydreigon could be pretty good. And Blargh is running a bit more of a balanced team. He's got Ditto in the back, which is interesting to see in the post Dynamax metagame. Ryu Nicholas is more of a win condition, but it could definitely be overwhelmed by Corviknight and potential Nasty Plot or Trick Rotom variant and Gengar, offensively speaking. Hydreigon could be Scarf, could be Nasty Plot. I think with Ditto, probably more likely to be Nasty Plot. Same thing goes for a Mage, could be Scarf, Nasty Plot, but again, probably Nasty Plot on this team structure. Heavy Dude Boots, Seismitoad, almost definitely a Rocker, and Corviknight, probably just D5 Pivot. As I said, so let's get on into the game. We got a nice bulky offense from Tricking, nice balance from Blargh, pretty standardized teams, I'd say. No Darm from either, which is cool. Tricking is going to figure that Blargh probably just won't bother, risking it being like a Scarf Dragapult, even if he's Scarf, so he just stays in the Dracos, and he gets a Wisp off on a U-turn, which does a mere 4%. And now Hydreigon's going to come in for Blargh for real. And could even live a -2. And Dragapult's going to go for U-turn, saying, okay, if you're Scarf, you're just going to go for U-turn of your own anyway. And he does that, and he goes Como on a Nasty Plot, and then he's going to get trucked by Life Orb Draco Meteor at +2, making it 6-5. Interesting plays there. I guess he just didn't really value the Como that much, which is fine. I mean, rocks aren't a huge deal in this matchup, and Como is definitely getting walled. This allows him to, however, U-turn, provoking the Seismitoad in against his Dragapult that predicted the switch, and he's going to get the Conkeldurr pretty much into Drain Punch against his Seismitoad, which scalded it, and he recovered almost all of the health up. So definitely a favorable 1-1 situation for Tricking. So Ryu Nicholas is going to be provoked coming in here. Drain Punch does 24, which can let it recover a bit below full, 90%, and then Leftover is going to leave Ryu Nicholas quite healthy. For Psychic here, there's a little under half the Dragapult, but again, it is Leftovers, so he's actually going to go for Husks here, and it's going to do half. And Ryu Nicholas is going to predict that, or Draco, and just recover, kind of feel it out, because he knows it's not Spec Shadow Ball. Now the Rotom Heat's going to come on in on a Hex of its own, it's going to do 25%. Now we see Draco doing 57 to it. And a Volt Switch bounces off, leaves it in range to live another Psychic at 52, especially after Leftovers. And then Blargh is going to send his own Ditto out there to try and throw it out. I hope he goes for a U-turn, and he does just that. Crit's irrelevant, because Leftovers on the Corviknight, and Ryu Nicholas is back in here, could potentially pose a threat. Despite two Ghost types, Rotom's going to come on in, Calm Mind up. Could it be a Trick Scarf Rotom? Well, find out. Yep, he goes for Trick. So he's going to acquire a Life Orb. Hydreigon is forced to get Scarf. Corviknight comes on in as Seismitoad tries to come in to check the Rotom. U-turn here. Not much switches into Scald too well, but he goes for Rocks anyway. Gengar is in. If it's Spec Shadow Ball, that could do really well here. Despite giving the Hydreigon the Scarf, it still does very well. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball on the Protect turn, leaving System pretty healthy, and then he goes for it on the Corviknight, and it does 45, leaving it at 44, but it gets the drop, so it's definitely dying. It does 38. Now the Hydreigon confirm, yeah, it's definitely Specs. And the once Life Orb Hydreigon goes for Fire Blast into the Corviknight. Nice prediction there. Dragapult, however, is going to come in here and eat two of these, I believe. Yeah, after Leftovers, it definitely does. Yeah. Hydreigon is going to be forced out into the Ditto. Ditto takes the Hex with 26% left. That's fine. He's probably just going to go for Draco. No, he goes for Hex. It's fine. With the Corviknight weak, I guess going for Draco just wasn't as appealing, because if you kill something at -2, it could recover up. But it might have lived anyway, honestly. This Hex is pretty weak. He goes for the Roost here. But yeah, there's not a ton of switching in his Rotom now, with Dragapult being weak. He's actually going to be faster and go for Defog. Wow, I didn't expect that. He's only like 50, so he's like a fast special defense Corviknight versus a slow as Molasses Rotom. Crit U-turn does 9%. Dragapult's going to come on in and live this for sure. However, he goes for a Nasty Plot instead, so just like Moot. Blargh, I'm not really sure what he's doing there. Anyway, Hex does 28 to the Seismitoad, and that's max physical defense for sure. And now he's going to bait the Draco as Corviknight comes on in, takes 18% here. Hex is probably a roll to kill through the burn. He might go for it, or he might go for U-turn. He goes for the U-turn. Yep, smart play. Get momentum up. Rotom's going to come on in here. And in fact, Blargh's actually going to go for a U-turn of his own and let Hydreigon come on in. He goes Corviknight, trying to just kind of fodder that off against Hydreigon. But he actually is able to live a Draco if he really wants. And then he's at Leftovers to where, like, if there's a chance it is able to live, and it does live. So he goes from 30 to 13 when he was at 15 after, so it would like a roll to a KO. That wrist is huge. Striking suddenly takes the lead, in my opinion, with this, for sure, despite being down a Pokemon per se. He really had momentum to begin with, though, as well. He goes to Gengar, and then he, whatever reason, doesn't bother to protect. He wants to Drag Ball healthier, so he comes on in here. He does let the Seismitoad heal up a decent amount, but at what cost? Seismitoad is also healthy. He's now going to go for a Draco. Corviknight is going to come on in here and eat that with 2% left after burn. And bring Seismitoad in on the U-turn, and Conx can come on in here, so that could let Ray Nicholas come in, I guess. He's going to go for the safe Drain Punch, yeah. Corviknight's going to just come in here as fodder. And the Conk is down to about 72% now. So it's 5-5 game now. He's going to go Corviknight hard on Ray Nicholas, interestingly enough. On a Calm Mind. I'm not really sure why, what the threat is here. He's going to go for a U-turn here. And the Rotom Heat, okay. Spike's going to take that out, particularly when the Ghost type's coming in. Now Spike's Gengar is going to come back in and try and claim a kill. And he's going to do just that against the Rotom. So that puts it in a 4-4 game. And all of a sudden, Hydreigon's going to come in and try and get revenge kill. He's going to go for a Fire Blast. It's going to live the Fire Blast. And Shadow Ball looking pretty good at this point. Ditto is going to come in to try and turn the tables. However, it's going to switch to Ray Nicholas. And Corviknight's going to come in. So that gives us a Calm Mind opportunity here. But will that be enough? He's going to U-turn here. Is he going to risk Gengar? He goes Dragapult instead, a bit of a mid-ground. Calm Mind here. Hex is going to do very little. It's only like 35% now. He goes for Will-O-Wisp, trying double Hex damage. But on another Calm Mind, now it's probably going to be doing about half anyway. So, yeah, Hex does 54. He recovers up here, knowing that Recover plus Lefty should do more because before Hex at neutral status did 50. 48. Yup, Recover. So Blargh looks like if he's going to win this game, he's got a shot here. He's probably going to want to recover one more time, but he gets crit. And that's just really unfortunate. Because, I mean, if he got one more recover up, then he Calm Mind, and he should be able to live both it and Gengar pretty comfortably. It's just a matter of avoiding crits. So, yeah, it looks like Tricking's going to win this at 2-0, but probably should have been able to see game 3, unfortunately. I guess it's not over, but like the Conkeldurr pretty much beats this, and Ditto can't switch in. And then either Ghost type should win from there once Ditto traces Conkeldurr after revenge kill. I guess this Scald Max Roll should be able to take it out, but instead it's going to go for Mach Punch just to do that. Yeah, but wait, which Ghost do you want to Ditto? He goes Dragapult. What health is Corviknight? Is Corviknight healthy? Yeah, so it doesn't matter then, yeah, because Corviknight should be able to just beat it anyway. He's going to Draco just to kill it, and that actually is smart because it leaves him -2. So yeah, there's no way this Ditto is going to be able to counter sweep in any way, shape, or form. Just a mere 36. And Tricking's going to emerge victorious 2-0, proceeding to winners bracket finals. Blargh is still going to be in a nice position in losers bracket. Alright, so I'm going to try and give you guys this set, but it's going to have to go a bit quicker, so we'll wait and see. But I'm just going to pause for a second first. Okay, I'm back. So Solwyn's going to play FMG. Both these guys, solid players. Solwyn's definitely best in generations like Generation 5, where he's probably the best player right now. This tournament in particular, his run's kind of been shaky, I guess. I mean, in round 1, he won against me in a 4-game set where we tied 1 game. And in another game, he won because of Quick Claw being glitched in 80% instead of 20%. Like, that's literally the only way he had to win after he choked. And then in the 4th game, I won another game pretty much clean. And then in the 4th game, we both used like stally shit. He was like full on stall. And then he like choked really bad early, just throwing away his Dharm for no reason. And then I choked later on, letting him get spikes up with his Ditto against my Pharaoh. And then he eventually won in like some 400 turn battle. I mean, it was stupid. I should have won in 2 games, but whatever. Now he's still in the winners bracket. In FMG, his run's kind of been quiet too, I'd say. He hasn't really won against anyone that's like too amazing in my eyes, but he's played consistently well against consistently good opponents. So that's really the best you could say in my eyes. So yeah, he's still in the running for sure. Looking at teams, he's got a bit more of a kind of firewood grass balance team with Rotom Mo, which I always liked, Cinderace, and Toxic is that core Darmanitan, probably a Scarfer, Corviknight, Defog, and Hippo, just especially for the Stealth Rock. It's cool. Check the Fable with Life Orb, and done a couple other things. Someone a bit more of an aggressive take with Hydreigon and Conkeldurr, but he still has kind of the same generic core that most people run with Corviknight, Rotom Heat, Clefable, and Seismitoad. Probably going to be Stealth Rock Seismitoad, and one of Hydreigon and Rotom's going to be Naspot, others going to be Scarf. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into that. Okay, so we're going to lead a Hydreigon from Solwyn, Toxapex from FMG, and we're going to see a switch to Clefable and to Corviknight. Corviknight's going to go for U-turn here, 7%. Hippo's going to come on in, and it's going to be Thunder Wave, so it's a bulkier Clefable, which is going to basically be useless. Thunder Waving the Hippo, of course. Stealth Rock's from Hippo, unsurprisingly, and Seismitoad's going to come on in and likely do the same thing. Stealth Rock, yep. So Clefable comes back in here and it's going to eat a Toxic, which is cool, I guess, in case like Rotom wanted to paralyze it later. It doesn't really make a big difference. Toxic's going to do nothing to it. I'm going to go for Moonblast here, Hippo, 24%. So yeah, it's a pretty little amount, small chunk. Yuki's going to do 38, or it's more especially defensive Clefable. Not full on though, I think. And then 26 from Moonblast, followed by Whirlwind, leaving it wasting the wish pretty much. Rotom's going to come in here, go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Toxapex. Nicely done. Tim chip off. And he's going to Volt Switch then. So he's going to go back into Clefable, try and get a little bit of recovery back up. Getting back up to 74. Yup. Go for a Wish here. Scald. I imagine he just stays in here. Probably attacks just for the sake of it. Yep, he's going to do just that. Critical hit. And a drop. So what do you do? He doesn't even Scald, it's just Toxics. And it's back up to full. So yeah, not a big deal. Hippo's going to come on in here. Sable's likely staying in. He goes for Moonblast. I guess a crit could put it into a KO range, but nope. Gotta fall short of that. Rotom Heat's going to come in again, knowing that it doesn't mind the rocks with heavy duty boots. It will mind the sand, but Hippo can't do much to it. He's going to go for a Volt Switch. Over-predicting a bit. Whirlwind there. Yeah, he wasn't really risking the burn. Didn't matter. So long as he sorted a nasty plot sweep. Earthquake there doesn't do another 38. And Rotom comes in again. This time around on the Pex. Probably wanted to avoid a Toxic. He's just going to Volt Switch. Yep. Just 39. Probably a bit more especially defensive oriented pack surprisingly on this team because Dracovish is annoying unless it's got like no attack investment. The burn before the orb activates. Conk's going to come in here. Actually looks quite threatening to this team. Especially with close combat, which will nuke the shit out of Hippo. So yeah, this is going to likely be able to pick a kill most times it comes in. Hippo's going to come in here. Did it come in an Earthquake at least? No, he comes in close combat, and yeah, that's taking 70, so that's lights out. Pretty much just Drain Punch here. Or you could Earthquake if you're really picking the packs, but he's just going to Drain Punch, yeah, he's going to cover up, so that puts it a 6-5 position. And Conk is still pretty healthy, so it could come in again on packs comfortably. Cinderace does come in here, but Seismitoad should be able to wall it for the most part. Powerball, yeah, it only does 22, and leftovers should negate the rocks, so yeah, it's at 79 now. U-turn does another 16, but at what cost? Corviknight's going to come in here, pretty much having the rest to burn, because that's how FMG teams play here. Yeah, it looks like someone's just significantly ahead now. Let's fast forward a little bit. So we're going to see more Scalds, U-turn sequence, probably going to allow a Rotom Mo to come in at least. It's going to take rocks, but it is going to be leftovers, which is good. And he goes for the Volt Switch into the Rotom Heat. But yeah, Rotom Heat's not really going to be that directly threatened. If it was lower, then Dime would be a great threat, but it's not. Volt Switch there. I thought I was going to wish it up. And yeah, I mean, this game pretty much is over. I'd say Solwyn should win this for sure. Especially as a wish off to the Conkeldurr, which should be able to live a Brave Bird because this is burnt, which he might just do here. He's actually going to Rotom Heat, conservatively speaking. That's fine, though, because that avoids like a U-turn into some like Cinderace or Darman, like potentially like a crit or something, a flinch or whatever, you know. Just, it avoids shenanigans. Even Mach Punch could probably take out the Darm, honestly. So yeah, playing it safe. Now in on Pex, a wish here for sure. I mean, Corv is more likely to roost here. Maybe he goes Conk here. He goes Seismitoad. Okay, that's fine as well. He goes for the Brave Bird. See, I didn't want to risk a crit or anything. That's safe. Now we got this where you want it. You just go Rotom Heat here. Do you stand and attack? He goes Rotom Heat. Okay, yeah. And Rotom Heat poses a threat every time it comes in. Probably gonna go Pex here. She goes Rotom Mo. on the Volt Switch, and that works, negates it. But now Hydreigon's in, so it's another threat. See, all of a sudden everything's just kind of caving in on FMG. It does reveal itself to be Scarf, though. And Volt Switch is just barely chipping that. So yeah, I mean, it's a slow bleed out for FMG here, it seems. Fable comes in again. It's just a Wish shit up, and I mean that's how great Wish Clef is right now. Cinderace comes in, but it can't core change or anything. It's actually just gonna U-turn here. I try to get the paralysis off, and then the Pyro Ball will probably do a little over half. Seismitoad, he just U-turned though. You get the Moonblast off here though, which is some chip. Yeah. Now he goes for the Pyro Ball. Now he goes for the U-turn. Corv is in. Moonblast here. Okay. If I was and he's Mirror Armor. Okay, I guess that's cool. I prefer Pressure almost always, but hey, it's fine. Unpredicted Rooster, Rotom's going to come on in. Overheat is going to do a large chunk, but not enough to take it out. But anything else will pretty much kill it from there. Cinderace comes in there, probably trying to take it out. Goes for the Super Fang, predicting this episode and misses, which cool tech. Toxpac's going to come on in here. He just scalded comfortably. Might just see recovery here, might see Rotom. Gonna call Fable though, pulling back. And actually Corp comes in, okay, that's fine. Nicely done there by FMG, but it allows the Rotom Heat in again, which is a threat. If it's Nasty Plot in the back, it's gonna go for it here, I bet. Nope, it just goes for Volt Switch, that's fine too. Fable, finally gonna get a Wish off to the Conk. I think that's what you do here, right? And just goes for Moon. I don't understand the hesitance to Wish up Conk. I mean, you're at 54. You are limited Wish PP now. But, I mean, you live Brave Bird that's burnt and you recover over half, but whatever. You definitely live Scald, even a Scald crit too, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, he's in no rush. So, yep, just gonna Volt Switch here. Corviknight's coming in. Interestingly enough, maybe it's sub bulk up. Otherwise, why would he come in this? Just a U-turn. Fable. Yeah, I mean, just someone's just not playing the most aggressive game because he doesn't have to. Corvin on Corv. He's faster though, so he doesn't get slow U-turn. Iron Head Flinch, which is going to just speed up the Roost stalling process, I guess. He's going to go for that again. Personally, I would just U-turn into Clef. You've got Protect. Wait, what health is Rotom? 84. I guess you'll honor that. That's fine. Now you U-turn for sure, right? You don't honor Scald Burn. Bunkers, it's fine. Just waste PP. It doesn't matter much. So Clef's going to come in here. Yep. Another Moonblast. Not even wasting 2 though because pressure, but he gets the Mirror Armor drop, so bounces that motherfucker back at him. Wish, yup. Seismitoad again on a U-turn, so leaving it at 60, but it'll recover all the way to full. Rotom Heat does come in, though, takes rocks, but negated. Now he goes for Nasty Plot, pretty much a desperate prey of being able to get around it. And he goes for Protect, wasting an Overheat PV, which I guess could be a cool cycle, but he's got 6 more to waste. Volt Switch is 27 there, sure. Now an Overheat, predicting him to stay in. That's fine. He's now down to 57, so Darmanitan could be a threat, but it can also get revenge killed by both Hydreigon and Conkeldurr, so not really. And with the Wish coming. Oh, no Wish. Okay. Recover there from packs, Clefin to absorb the status again. Yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's just a repeated cycle at this point. Not all Pokemon games, unfortunately, are very interesting. Imagine just goes Rotom Heat you up. So now Darm can't be a nuisance. And now he's going to Volt out, probably back to Clef. Scald will bounce off. 11%. We'll pack for cover. Will he switch out? Corv's going to come on in here. On Corv, the other side. Yup, that's fine. Rotom Heat's in. Packs. Nasty Plot finally revealed. That's nicely done by Solwind. And now this is going to die off to +2 Volt Switch. Yup. Seismitoad comes in. That enables Rotom, sure, but it's just gonna leave the other Rotom coming in and wallet. Gonna go for Protect here on a Wisp. Nice mid ground, not wasting the PP either. Now I'd probably just fire off a safe Overheat. You'd only take 28, and he's gonna do just that. He's actually gonna fall short, missing the Cinderace here. Cinderace then goes for U-turn, provoking the same sequence over again. I wonder if he just goes Hydreigon to try and suffocate it this time around. Instead he goes Clefable on a Leaf Storm, just trying to get Chip off immediately, which is fine, I guess. He goes for a Nasty Plot here on the Wish. Now, I think if I'm Clefable, I just stay, but he goes Rotom Heat, which is fine, leaving him pretty much again in the same position as before. Goes for Volt Switch here, trying to thinking he won't overheat or whatever. He will overheat. I don't know. Just not wanting to waste PP. Um, Overheat into Cinderace connects this time doing 31, and U-turn into Seismitoad. Same sequence again. Hydreigon does come in this time. Fire Blast looks really threatening from Scarf. Yep, and he's gonna go for just that, and now something dies, assuming he hits. Cinderace would have to take two, but yeah, no, Rotom's gonna fall. Maybe 6-3. Diamantane comes on in, sure, but again, it would have to miss. As Crest is 58 dead, he's trying to be safe. Conk comes in, it lives. Brave Bird in theory, but actually goes close. Is faster. Yeah, right. And stays in, and Mach Punch would just sweep. So Conk's gonna win the game there. Solomon wins 5-0, game one. We're off to game two. Please don't be a long game. Oh, it looks gross. Great. Okay. All right, so we got Solomon to FMG game two. Looking like FMG brought Solomon game one team pretty much, but with Sylveon over Clefable, and then Solomon opted for a bit different pacing. Instead of Corviknight to Steel, I went Aegislash, and then instead of like Hydreigon as Dark, you went Mandibuzz for Fog, which is pretty cool. And then the same kind of standard for Big Start, Scarf Darm, Heavy Duty Boots, presumably Rotom, or it could be Band Darm and Scarf Rotom. Then Side Toad for Rocks and Clefable Filler. So yeah, let's get into this. I think go start out fast actually. Yeah, pretty standard start. Mandy just gets to knock off on Corv. Wanted to keep the lefties on Sylveon, I guess, which is fine. You turn here. Comes in an Earthquakes to Aegislash. Probably picking Clefable or Aegislash, that's fine. You go Sylveon here, and all of a sudden, big lead for FMG already. Pressure the rocks. Yup. Scald can be faster, so you're gonna get like Earthquake off on the Roost. But you can get a burn here. He does that, and it's gonna be Roost. Yup, that's fine. Rocks here on a Brave Bird. It's 14. It's no big deal. And it's just pretty much stalling each other out at this point. When it comes in, a defog, yup. Seismitoad and the Will-Wisp. Yeah, no, probably an exchange rock, which is a bit more of an even trade. FMG might use this chance to get the Seismitoad, the Conkeldurr, but instead he goes for Toxicity. He has it. Right. Okay, yeah, and that's a big lead for FMG now. Corviknight comes in here. Unless this is Steel Bell, that would be good. But Thunderbolt, it looks like it's Life Orb Clef, which is useless against Sylveon, Rotom Heat, shit. So, crit. It did crit and it dropped, but he wished. Yeah, no, it's fine. Rotom Heat comes in, and obvious Protect here, just be safe. Yep, okay, that's fine. It is Heavy Duty Boots, that means it's that's that, and Scarf. You go Nasty Plot up, Seismitoad probably take like 50-55 from wherever he wants to stand, but he doesn't. Go for the Toxic, and in the long haul, that'll do more than Scald. Ernie comes in a little Life Orb. Moonblast takes 30, gets a drop. Sylveon comes in here on a following Life Orb. Moonblast, a crit would kill here. He's just going to go for the Wish. Mandibuzz comes in for whatever reason. That's weird. Trying to knock it off. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Knock off plus rocks does get annoying after a while. But instead he goes Corviknight, just not wanting that prospect to happen. And then he's going to obviously live that. He's going to be able to roost it off the following turn. Yup. Looks like a big lead for FMG here. I just don't see how he loses this game. He's actually going to stay in here, figuring that he's faster maybe, or just predicting that Moonblast. And he can recover on up. And now he goes Sylveon on the Thunderbolt. Yeah, nicely done there from FMG too. But anyway, he's going to go Seismitoad here. He goes for Nasty Plot. And yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty useless uphill battle for Solon at this point. Toxin Clef doesn't matter. Sylveon again. Yeah, I'm just kind of slipping through at this point. He has Mystical Fire last, which is cool, but he goes Hydreigon on a follow-up one. Draco and the Clef, cool, but yeah, no, he's going to need luck to beat this. Nice skull there, no over prediction. Yeah, it's Scarf Hydrate, so that's fine now. Conk's gonna get back in and do some damage for sure. Thunder Punch, interesting there. Sylveon, just be safe. Moonblast, yeah. You could threaten this with Hyper Voice here, yeah, and this 39 too. That's cool. And it does over half to that. Comes back in, drain again. Yeah, I mean, just fire this off, sure, but like at the end of the day, FMG has the Pokemon advantage and the complete momentum advantage. Only thing they could break on the Solon side is their Manatee, and they can only come in so many times. So the game's pretty much over. Yeah, plays like that help too. It's a really slow Fable, by the way, from Solon, interestingly enough. And yeah, they dropped a good game in the chat. And what do you need to get to game 3? Yeah, and Conk is going to be winning the game once more, funnily enough. Um, and now we're going to go to game 3. I'm going to pause for a second. We'll get there in a sec. What's up, guys? We're back for game 3. So yeah, looking like Solon using the same team as game 1. Yeah, and FMG with another new team, but I mean, it's all the same shit. Just Nicholas this time, interestingly enough, and no Corviknight, but Mandibuzz, and then Ferrothorn. Yeah, I mean, just different fillers, pretty much. Still good size episode, Rotomage, Darmanitan kind of stuff, and it's just, you could mix your match your other things. So yeah, this matchup maybe is a bit more doable for FMG in game 1, because he does have the Uniqueness potentially check Conkeler, but hard to say. So let's get into this and see. I'm going to put it on fast again. We got Seismitoad, Wars, right off the bat, Toxic Pharaoh, so it's smart. FMG's taking a little advantage, going to set spikes up. Corviknight's going to come on here, exert pressure on a knockoff, no Fire Blast prediction there, interestingly enough. And now we're going to see Defog and Rotom. Seismitoad again, so yeah, we're going to see that sequence over again. He's going to knock off the Scarf from Hydreigon, which I don't think is too helpful, just for revenge kills with Darmanitan. Otherwise, actually, it's nice to switch moves and like U-turn there after you Fire Blast. That's cool. Forces Mandibuzz to stay in at least. We're going to trade rocks, Seismitoads, and Ferro's going to proceed to get a leech off. And a spike off to just try and force the defog. Okay, that's fine. He's going to spike again. I'm not too fond of that because of the pressure, but okay. Sure, you can go for another knock. Already knocked it though, of course. Force to roost and maybe switch out eventually. No, we're just going to spike again. That's cool. Gonna be a Scald there. Um, both are gonna rock. Oh no, we're gonna see Toxic. Yeah, and that's good for FMG. Um, so he's gonna be Wishclef. So yeah, he already knew that from going on. So he went Feral pretty freely. And he's going for Leech and the Corviknight. Yeah, trying to pressure it more. He will stall some Roost doing this at least. Go for Spike again, and he forces Defog, which is cool. Long an opening for Rotom. Heat coming in. Seismitoad, nasty plot. Is he gonna try and force the issue here? No, he's actually just gonna use this to rock up again, which is smart. Yeah, good sequence there from FMG. I feel like he's a little on top of things right now. But the game's still far from over. Xfel's gonna come in here. Renicholas, Ferrothorn, Thunderwave. Okay, that's good for Solwyn. He's now gonna bait a lot of full paras. And knock off there. And your Corviknight's already wasted 3 roosts. That's 4, right? Yeah, well, we're not gonna see, but yeah. And a Wisp into the Rotom is useless. Both gonna Volt. Someone's gonna be quicker, which plays to advantage, but Seismitoad is gonna take damage, and Seismitoad's gonna switch out on a follow Volt, which nice play there from FMG. And now Nicholas comes in to check this. So Psychic's gonna do 33 to Clef. Probably gonna let this Thunderwave. He's gonna Calm Mind up against it though. Okay. So Thunderwave there. Calm Mind again. Alright, so how is someone gonna deal with this? Is he gonna go like Wish into Hydreigon or? Sure, but another Calm Mind, and what are you gonna really do? Dark Pulse does 24. Thunder's gonna miss. We're playing a very dangerous game here now. 23. Thunder's gonna miss. Should have recovered there. And he goes Mandibuzz. I don't like that at all. Because he leaves himself into a kill range for Conk too. He should have just recovered. Ooh. Alright, so that's a big misplay there from FMG, I think. Is he gonna let this eat a Thunderwave too? No, okay, he's gonna wish out. Yup. He goes Pharaoh here. Like, that's fine and all, but now, like, shit. Like, if Conk comes in safely, that's so risky. There's Corfier and a spike. Is he gonna try and get Maria Nicholas in on a defog? No. He's just gonna let Maria Nicholas stay weak. I'm not huge on that. Nesty Flood here. He goes Mandibuzz on the Dark Pulse, bounces off. Maybe he get a U-turn off with Maria Nicholas. What item is the Ryu Nicholas, by the way? I'm puzzled. Like, he's gonna get it there, sure. And he's gonna recover up. Yup. Now he just goes Rotom. Okay, that's a nice mid-ground. Actually, it worked out. I'm just paranoid about these like wish list teams. Wow, how like longevity they kind of have to manage. But I mean, FMG's managed it fine so far. It still has a little head up now that the Nucleus recovered. Rock's been traded. Yep, and Conk's gonna come in here. Facade, that's huge though. Drain Punch only does 25 though. So the Psychics, I don't like that. Kept Facade would have went for it first turn. Wisp there, and Size Node useless. Fable here on a Scald. Moonblast here, no full para. Again, I think FMG is playing this way too riskily. He goes for Calm Mind instead of recover. I just, Hydreigon, if this is a full para here, like, I don't understand why he's risking, but okay. FMG playing on the edge of his seat. Draco missed there. Sucked, but it wouldn't have killed, so it wouldn't matter. U-turn there does 10. Fable, U-turn. Yeah, Renix can come on it again. Sure, Moonblast does 29. Calm Mind here. Hydreigon comes on here. On a full para. Mandy here. On a Dark Pulse. Yeah, I mean, that being paralyzed is so nice for the Solwyn side. He doesn't really have much actual counterplay to it, but FMG also just isn't playing as safe as he could. Now Hydreigon's gonna get the wish. Oh, on to Darmanitan though. Okay, so wait. What health is Rotom? He's at full. I'm just gonna take a U-turn. All right, that's something I guess. I don't know. I feel like FMG kind of mismanaged this a bit. Man, Witchcliff is so good. Shit. Oh, and it always gets the drop too. Well, the Dragon, sure. Ready here. Let me go for the Roost. Yeah, that's fine. But now it's another Wish, and it's like Solwyn's team is like 8 million lives, and it's just like, fuck. How do I deal with this? Now comes the Conk on the Reunic list, though, but it's going to get a Wish, so that's cool. Recover, no Thunder Paralysis or anything of that luck. And come on, yeah. Same sequence pretty much over and over again. Okay, here comes something. Thunder into the Clef, which isn't going to do much. Hydreigon here on recover, that's good. Yep, U-turn there, U-turn there. Close combat at the Darmanitan. I'm not sure about that. I guess he's scared of Facade the whole time. So Darmanitan down, that's pretty big. Alright, U-turn there, yeah. Where does it break open though? Alright, here comes. He gets to para 47. That's probably Life Orb on the Ridiculous. Anyway, that's big, that para. So keep it up. Your eyes open for that. Wisp here. Rotom, overheat crit, that sucks. Here comes. No. I don't really know. FMG doesn't have much longer to kind of. Why would you Psychic there? What? I don't understand the Psychic at all, but we're into the hundreds, and it's going to take out the Conk with the Rotom, but Rotom's weakened as shit. U-turn here. Nicholas is trying to be weakened, but he keeps getting paralyzed now. And a Wish to Conk. A wish to Dragon, rather. And we're going to fodder off the Rotom. Come out again. Here comes. He's gonna flinch, and yeah, that sucks for FMG. The game's pretty much over now. If he got a recover or two off there, he would have had a chance. Iron Head Fire is cool, but yeah, this game's over now. And FMG's gonna forfeit, Solon's gonna win the set in 3. Good games. Cool sets. Yeah, no. So this winner's bracket, so Solwind and Tricking Advance, which is cool. Alright, peace.